Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. I am Jen Sugarmeyer, your host of Mindset in the Morning. And we are here live 5 days a week at 6 a.m. Central Standard Time. But because it's YouTube, you can tune in whenever you would like. And here on Mindset in the Morning, we get real about mindset and we talk about all things that are going to help you as you go out into the day. Just be prepared for life. It's like any coach coaching its player to get on the field. There's one goal in mind, and that's to win. And you never know what play is going to be coming, what the offense is going to have, or what the defense is going to be throwing at you. So you have to be prepared for all of it. And when you are, then you're able to bob and weave and get to the end zone and score the touchdown and win the game, right? So that's what a coach is all about. That's why you need to be prepared for the game, because we just never know what is coming up. And the truth is, all the magic happens with the 6 inches in between your ears. That's it. This is where you can say, okay, the glass is half full or it's half empty. And when you realize that you own that power, then you are on your way to leveling up to the next best version of yourself. So today we're going to do something a little bit different. It's something that I've been wanting to try. And so I'm absolutely open to suggestions. If you think this is something great, I want to see this again. And just for the record, feel free to reach out to me at any time. You can go to Jen Sugarmeyer. What is it? jen.sugarmeyer@gmail.com. And you can send me suggestions. I would love to hear what you want to talk about. I believe there are a lot of topics that I think you want to hear, but I also don't want to guess. So if there's something specific that's happening with you, or you want to hear about a general topic, let me know. So today we're going to talk about, our Friday sessions are going to be, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. So, and if you know, my last name is Sugarmeyer. So it's a little bit of the play on the last name, but there are just sometimes things that I see and I'm like, oh my gosh, what the heck? So I'm just not going to sugarcoat it. So on Friday, we're just going to talk about it. So this one's going to be a little more open, a little more direct, a little less, fluffy. Not that all throughout the week, throttling, holding it back. But I think I'm just going to let it go a little bit more. It's Friday, so why not, right? So that's what today is all about. We're not going to sugarcoat it, and I'm going to talk about if there are some things that you think that you're doing to do the work. Oh, I'm doing the work. I'm getting through this. You're actually not doing anything to benefit yourself, and I hear these all the time. So I know that this is either relevant to you or somebody that you know, because I get these all the time. Like, oh yeah, Jen, I'm doing the work. I'm doing these things. So I'm about to just call it all out and say, look, this is not doing the personal development work. In fact, you're just making your situation worse. So that's what we're going to do today. This is me. Just saying it like it is. But first, if you would hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, because that helps grow this channel. And there's someone out there that is not doing the work and they think that they are, and they need to hear this message. This is going to be an absolutely great message. So I would love if you would hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and let's get rocking and rolling. Okay. So doing the work. So every single day, what I found is that we need to be doing the work. We are constantly faced with decision matrix, and things are being thrown at us every single minute of every day. That's the truth. And at all times, I'm constantly asking myself the four words, one question, and we talk about this all the time, is, does this serve me? Does it serve me to get angry? Does it serve me to act this way? If somebody does something to me and I'm ready to retaliate, sometimes I just act. And then I have to think about, was that the best way to react? But a lot of times I catch myself and I say, hold on, am I responding out of anger or am I not? So my point is, with that example and all of these examples, is that we should constantly be asking ourselves, does this serve me? How do I want to respond? Is life happening to me? Like something just happens and I respond without thinking? Or am I in the driver's seat of my life and I'm actually, thinking through things and, thinking before I speak and all of that. And then maybe something does happen, and you start to just feel really down. Maybe, let's say, a big event happened. You get laid off, your boyfriend breaks up with you, your wife cheats on you, your, kids are just acting out and you're like, why did I have these little monsters in the first place? Whatever it is. Like there's always something in life that is going on. And what I hear so often, and this is the topic of today, is that people will do certain things to help make themselves feel better. And they think this is doing the work. And I'm about to call it all out and say, that is not doing the work. Now, I am going to put an asterisk next to some of these because, look, I'm not saying don't do any of these. Okay. I think some of them can be even therapeutic, but this is not what doing the work is. And we're going to talk about what the heck is doing the work. We just touched on it a little bit, but we're going to wrap up with that at the end. So I'm calling out the things that really aren't doing the work. Like that can't be all that you're doing. Like that's nice, but what else? That's not going to get you there. And then we're going to talk about what it is to actually do the work. So first and foremost, if you are not taking the high road, that's not doing the work. Okay. So there are people that are like, I'm going to deal with this situation. And I had this text message this morning and it blew my mind. And it was someone that I know. And I'm like, you've got to deal with the situations however you see fit, but anger is not going to help these situations. It's only going to perpetuate it. It's only going to make it worse. And so he met with his therapist. They came up with a game plan. He called me and said, hey, Jen, I'm really excited. I figured out a game plan that I feel good about. I'm going to take the high road. And somehow in the middle of the night, I was sleeping, or not in the middle of the night, but I go to bed early. Somehow last night, he changed his mind. And I woke up to this text message of, nope, not doing that. I changed my mind. So look, if you are not taking the high road, that's not the right path. You always want to be taking the high road. Okay. So first and foremost, if you are looking at your life and you're like, yeah, I'm just going to take the low road, it is faster to fall than it is to fly. It's easier to fall than it is to fly. So it's faster and it's easier to just stay in negativity, to be negative, to take the low road. It's just easier because we're kind of already there. You actually have to get up in the air to fly, to take the high road. That is where we want to be. So if something inside of you is saying, I'm not going to take the high road, and this is why, then that's not doing the work. Like you are actually not progressing yourself, progressing your situation. You are just stewing and meddling and making it all worse. So that's first and foremost. Okay. Secondly, doing nothing. Oh no, I'm just going to shove it under the rug and I'm not going to do anything about that. Okay. It's basically like having a little bit of a fire and just putting it under a rug and just waiting for the rug to burn up. That's literally what that is. So by not addressing it, you are going to continue to go back to it because it's still there. It's still inside of you. Look, if you had a little bit of cancer, would you say, hold on, it'll just go away? I don't have to worry about it. Now, you may have some religious beliefs, and I'm not talking about if you have religious beliefs and all of that, whatever. I'm talking about for the majority of people, yeah, if we had cancer, we would absolutely go to the doctor, right? And we would get it treated. We would get it treated no matter how big, no matter how small it was, because we know that cancer grows and it spreads. So look, if you're like, oh, I'm doing the work and you're just shoving it down, you're just waiting for a later date for this thing to explode in your face. So that's not doing the work. It may tell your brain for 30 seconds that, oh, this is how I'm dealing with this, but I guarantee all you're doing is thinking about that thing. It keeps coming up. Oh, I'm just going to keep on. I'm just going to push through. Man, we push through all the time. If you're just pushing through, not dealing with things, and that's your health, that's your mindset issues, that's problems with other people, that's whatever. Yeah, you're not doing yourself any service. So you cannot just push through, shove things under the rug, whatever. Okay. So tired of hearing that one. Just taking care of it. Okay. All right. Here's a hot button of mine. Oh my gosh. I see this one. I see this one all the time. I'm going to give myself a facelift while we talk about this one so that my face doesn't go in the wrong direction, because drinking is not going to help you. Oh my gosh. Oh man. Sometimes I've been out with people, or friends of mine that I know, and they're like, oh, I just had such a bad day. And then they go get wasted in a bar. And I'm like, I'm not, and look, I'm a recovering alcoholic. I'm not one to judge. It's not like, oh my gosh, I have no idea what drinking does. Like, I totally know what drinking does on so many levels. And all it does is make things worse. So I'm not here to judge you. I'm not here to say any, oh, I just don't even understand your rationale. Like, I get it. I was there, but it didn't do anything for me. And I still hear it. And it's funny because I've crossed the bridge of not drinking, and I'm not telling you not to drink. That's absolutely, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but it's not going to solve your problem. And I remember one time I went on a trip with some people, and one of the ladies was going through something, and she was completely wasted the entire time, could barely stand. And everybody just kept saying, oh, she's just going through a tough time. And I'm like, I feel like a better way of addressing this, instead of eating food and it falling all over the floor and, being sloppy and, just incoherent and falling asleep early so that none of us can go out, and all the stupid things that happen. Maybe just work through your problems. Don't drink through them, because you just ruined everybody else's time. You know what I mean? She didn't actually ruin my time, because I'm responsible for my time. And I actually had a great time. So yes, so I am responsible for my own happiness. But I watch this and I'm like, that is such a train wreck. That's not doing the work. And yet everybody there was like, oh, she's going through a tough time. So that way, that validates all of this ridiculous behavior and things that she was saying, and just the nonsense that was happening. I was like, that's not doing the work. Okay. You're making your situation worse, and you're probably gaining a lot of weight because you're drinking all these calories, and then you're eating all this food, although some of it's going on the floor. So if that's your diet plan, if that's how you save some calories, okay. But the whole thing, I was just like, whoa, man. But look, we've all been there. Okay. I'm not judging. I'm just calling you out today and saying, that's not the work. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. That's not doing the work. So yeah, maybe you need a day or something, and you're like, oh, I just need to unwind with some wine or whatever the heck is your cocktail. Look, I'm not here to say don't ever drink, but that's not doing the work. That's not going to help you get through it. All it does is prolong your healing. It prolongs your healing. Okay. That's all I'm saying on that one. So drinking, oh my gosh. Ugh. Okay. All right. Sulking in your feelings. If something happens and you decide that you just want to sulk in the feelings and sit in them and hide inside and never go back outside and just sit with those feelings, that's not doing the work. Now, let me put a little twist on this. All of these feelings that you are feeling, every single negative feeling, you should be paying attention to in your life, because they're telling you that something is going on. There is something bigger that is happening. So it's not shove it under the rug. That's not what I'm telling you to do. What I'm saying is that when something happens, when you are feeling negative in some way, that's when you look at it in the face and you start to do the work. You don't go down the hill with it and just keep sliding down the hill, because that's not getting you anywhere. Because you know that when you are fixated on something, your brain is going to come up with all these justifications, and it's going to start to form its own little, habitat around whatever thought that you had. That's how our brains are wired. So something sad, negative, angry, whatever happened in your world, and you fixate on that, that's where your thoughts go, your energy flows. So that's where all your energy is going to go. And your brain is going to start to come up with, oh, well, I guess I am a failure for all these reasons. And I guess, I do suck, and I can't do do anything. And yeah, I'm just really angry at these people and just anger, and whatever. I don't know what the situation is. I don't know what this looks like, but it is one thing to see it, to see your emotions, to process them, maybe time box them. Say, okay, I allow myself 20 minutes to just be so angry, just punch on pillows, whatever it is, and then start doing the work. I've time boxed things before, and I've known people that time box them. They're like, I won't give myself more than 3 minutes. That's it. Like, I want to get through this. That's why I picked up boxing, because I was going through a divorce and I had these things that were going on. And I was just like, I don't even know how to deal with these emotions. Boxing was one of the best things that I ever did. And you don't have to fight somebody. Just go punch on a bag. You don't have to have somebody punch you in the face, but you can. That may be therapeutic to you. So find a healthier outlet. Don't just sit with the feelings and just woe is me. If you do woe is me, time box yourself. Don't allow it to go on for a duration of time. 20 minutes, half a day, a full day, no more than that, because it's just going to continue to weigh you down. This negativity, again, it is harder to fly than it is to fall. So if you're already on the ground, you're in a tough spot, you got to get up in the air. So the more you sit here and stew on things, it's going to weigh you down. It's going to be harder to get back up in the air. So time box yourself. That's not doing the work, just sitting and sulking. All right. Same with getting angry. It's almost the exact same, right? If you are getting angry, if you allow that to be your response, I'm just going to handle the situation, and like you go beat somebody up, or, physically, or, what's the word I'm looking for? Metaphorically. That's the word I was looking for. But if you go beat somebody up physically, or I just lost my words again. Anyway, that's not going to do any help to you. None whatsoever. Anger is not going to help. Anger is truly the root of all evil. I have never, been of a peaceful, happy mind and like put my hand through a wall. Okay. I guess I haven't done that when I'm angry either, but I've known people that have. Okay. So there's that. But I've done really stupid things when I'm angry, like kick a can full of water and break my toe, that kind of stuff. Yeah, that stuff happens with anger. So anger, allowing anger to move through you and you act on it, is not healthy. Okay, that's when you need the boxing bag to get it out. Don't take it out on people. It is not doing that. I'm going to go solve this problem. Okay, it is not the way that you solve problems. So anger, root of all evil, watch out for that. If you're going to handle it, do it in the gym. Okay. Oh my gosh. All right. Retaliating. All right. Same with anger. Retaliation is not, oh, well, if you do this to me, then I'm going to do this to you. I'm going to handle this situation. That's not doing the work. Hello. Oh my gosh. That is not doing the work. And there is no excuse for that. So this isn't eye for an eye. This is, allow the law to do that. Okay. If it is worthy of the legal system. Okay. But don't eye for an eye, people. Just, you got to learn to let it go. You remember, you've got to take that high road. If you're not taking that high road, then you're taking that low road, and that low road doesn't lead to good things. Okay. All right. Last but not least, if you're like, I'm going to go deal with this by going shopping. I'm going to deal with this by going and get my nails done. I'm going to deal with this by going and just doing like that will therapeutically help a little bit. Same with going to the gym, going to the gun range, going to the whatever your thing is. Those are going to be therapeutic, but that's not doing the work. You know what doing the work is? Getting quiet, getting in your head, listening to those feelings and allowing them to flow. I have an itch, allowing them to flow through you and redirecting them. So if you are feeling something and that doesn't align with where you want to be, if you say, oh my gosh, this doesn't serve me to feel this way. So then you've got to think, okay, what are the beliefs that are at the core at this? Or what is something from my past that this is triggering that I need to just let go? And you've got to redirect your thoughts. That is how you do the work, people. It is not all of these other things, even though some of them, yeah, that is helpful. I'm not saying don't go get your nails done. And I'm not saying don't have a drink of wine or a glass of wine. I'm not saying any of that. I am saying don't retaliate with anger and don't get angry and do all those things. I am saying that. But there are certain things that are going to give you temporary relief, shoving things under the rug, but they're going to come back. So you have to do the work by getting quiet, by getting silent. That, my friend, is going to help you get through the situation, not getting stupid drunk. Okay. That's just going to make you feel like crap tomorrow. It is prolonging your healing. All right. I didn't sugarcoat any of it. I just said it. I just said it. I said it. I said it. And somebody out there needs to hear this message. So if you know somebody that needs to hear this message who thinks they're doing the work, but they're not actually doing the work, you should have them listen to Jen Sugarmeyer. I'm just saying, and not sugarcoating it, and just say, hey, there's this crazy chick. She's like not sugarcoating anything. You should listen to her. Yeah. They need to hear this message too. We all do, because sometimes, even myself, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm just going to deal with that later. Hold on, Jen. I have to remind myself. I'm constantly reminding myself because life is always happening. And it's like, you just need to get in the habit. That's what this is getting in the habit of being in a relationship with yourself and dealing with things as they come up and making sure that you are in the driver's seat and not in the passenger seat. So it is Friday. So do some level of self-care on Saturday, Sunday, both days for 5 minutes, for half a day, for a full day, for the full weekend, whatever it is, do some level of self-care. Make sure that if you've got a topic, email me at jen.sugarmeyer@gmail.com. That is sugar with an E. That's the only way that you will reach me, jen.sugarmeyer@gmail.com. And I will see you back here, same time, same place on Monday. Don't forget to email me those topics. Have a great, blessed weekend and make sure you go do some self-care. Cheers.